Greetings, brethren, and welcome back to my Road to 1500 ELO series on chess.com. So far we have 28 wins, 5 draws, 11 losses, and we just got past 1400 in our last game. So that's a pretty big deal, and I'm going to hope that we can stay above it this next game. Alright, we'll just start a game right away, 10-minute game, and let's get into it. Try to stay in 1400. Of course, now we're getting some of this stuff, not just pawn play in the center. Gonna have to be a little bit more dynamic, but yeah, I'm very excited. I don't want to drop back below 1400, but that's what we'll be doing here today. Probably trying to prevent the movement of this bishop there. That's what I like to do usually. So yeah, just specifically trying to stop my kind of play. We can fianchetto, so I'm not super worried about it. Maybe we can just go here for now. I think I will end up fianchettoing. Simply because this move is, it's very putting my bishop out, and I can't put my bishop anywhere else because then I can't get this bishop out. So now I'll put this bishop on this side. Maybe we'll go over here. That's the game plan. Okay, we'll go here. Bishop can always retreat down this file. Okay, he wants to take that. I don't want him to take that, though, so we can go back here. His knight is hanging now. So, really, I can move this knight wherever I want. I can even put it here. Okay, so we can go here. There's not really a better square for me to go to. Could go here. Doesn't really threaten anything, though. So just, if he knows what he's doing, it's not a good move. So maybe we can just go here for now instead and enable this castling in one turn if that's what we want to do. I wouldn't mind this, just to activate this bishop and also get my queen out. I think that's good. And then it immediately threatens this knight again, and meanwhile that knight doesn't attack anything. So maybe we will go here. I think that's fine, because of course we're threatening this knight. And then we're always a pawn push away from attacking this bishop as well. Okay, he'll go there. There is no threat immediately, so we'll go here, and then we attack the knight. It just seems good for, like, tempo purposes. We can even, like, go here to attack the queen. Queen can just move, of course, but because he can't block because the pawn is pinned. But I do like this so far. You can probably just castle now. Both my bishop and my queen are very strong along these lines, simply because they can just retreat whenever they want, right? Like, there's no big-time threat. Yeah, he's aiming along here. There isn't really anything there, though. Not too much. You can try to push. But I'd probably just go here and then put a rook on the file. That's what he wants. Try to put some pressure on the knight. Because my knight's not very good with his pawns over here like this. We can just try to put a rook on the file for now, I guess. Because I just don't see anything. I don't want to waste too much time. That's been a problem with mine, is taking too much time on my moves. So just try to play something solid. See what he's trying to do. Like, he's trying to make this lines here. I wouldn't be surprised if he gets his bishop out. Not to attack this, because it's a brick wall. But just to have something there. And then so he can castle onto that side too. But I have all my pieces here, so maybe it's not the best idea for him to castle. Who knows? That's what he's probably thinking about. I don't have any really useful pawn breaks on this side. Only if he tries to push forward, I'll probably even move these. Okay, so he's going to go there. He blocks his own bishop, though, so I feel like that's not great. Yeah, I don't feel like that's super good, actually. How can we bring my pieces into the attack here? Go here. He can't really get rid of it. That seems like hope chess, because he could go here, and then if he just tries to get rid of it, I can just... Well, I don't even have to take it because I can just go here, but... Like, I don't have any support to try and get to this king, is the thing. I could just try to reroute this knight. Maybe I'll do that. I think that's what we'll do for now. I am got to be careful, though, because I am limiting my queen's escape squares. Don't want to pin him down there, either. You just got to be careful. That was a flaw in my way of thinking there. So maybe we'll just go here for now. If I go here, he might go here. But in which case we can just probably go there with the knight. I think we're fine. This was a mistake for sure to put my knight here just because my queen can't get out safely. I expect this fully. But if I just go back here, after these trades, we'll be fine. Okay, we'll go here. And then we do have a rook on the file, so that works out. Yeah, obviously we just can't take because of this bishop pin, but after this, this, and this, we can take back with the pawn as well. But I'd rather keep it open because my rook's already on that file and is aimed directly at the king. So, yeah, that looks good for me. And of course, the pawn pushes in front of his king just makes his king weaker. So, but now once again, my queen is able to move, and my bishop is allowed to move along these lines, which is very important. Especially my bishop now, because there's not much challenging my bishop. If I can get my queen on a dark square as well, that would be really cool. Other than that, yeah, I don't really have anything else in this position, just to try and get my queen out of there. Or at least transition to a dark square, but I don't really want to trade queens in this position for no reason. Because I would definitely say I'm the attacking side right now, because he's kind of responding to all of my moves. I wouldn't care about a pawn doubling there. We'll go here. Exact same exchange principle on the center here. If he ever moves his queen, yeah, we can go for something like this. Although I do like my bishop in this corner, but yeah. We can just pre-move this in case he wants to do it. Okay, he doesn't. Pawn? Nope, not a pawn, because queen protects. Okay. You go here. Allows me to escape this way. Not quite, though, because this is hanging. What do we want to do here? So this hangs if I move my knight. So I have to stop that from happening, because I can go here, and then we can just go to this square. Okay, let's do that. We still don't lose this exchange in the center, which is important, because that's another thing. These pawns have some tension right now. And neither of us really want to trade, so I'm probably missing something big in this position. That happens sometimes. But for now, we're about equal on time, which I'm quite happy with. We both have quite strong positions. Could do a trade here, but then I can just kind of counterplay in the center, so not really. That doesn't really work, because after this, if he just pushes forward, then he has a strong chain, so... But then again, I have two pawns in the center. Well, if he doesn't trade. There's lots going on. The queen is defending lots, too. Like this pawn and this. So if I could put, like, some extra spice on that pawn, that could work out, too. Can't do it now because the bishop, is attacking this, so... Probably want to move our knight somewhere better, like over here. Let's just reroute. Try to stay, like, we were down on time, but now we're kind of up on time, so we might as well try to, especially because there's a lot of solid moves in this position. Because it's locked, it's not locked, but it's, no pawns have been taken. There's all the pawns on the board, and maybe it's a good move to do that with some of them, but... Okay, I don't want to go here because it just immediately... Now would be the time for a counterattack down the center. I could do this now. Because it gets rid of a pawn and then it's got an isolated pawn over here. That seems pretty good. Thing is, I don't have this pawn in the center though, so I might lose that pawn. Let's see, here, here, here. Takes, yeah, I only have this one in the center. And my bishop is really good into his. I don't really want to do that. Could be good for some, like, immediate counterplay, though. And if I take this, he's going to take back with like the rook or something, which is just really scary. Um, we can go here at least just to pin the, like, make this pin. Okay, he's going to go there. And then now I can at least go here. Just because then if I get my rook out of this way, then we do have enough defenders on this pawn such that I can go here. That's the idea. And then I have my rooks and stuff over here. So what we'll look for. Ooh, yeah, I did kind of forget about that, but that's okay. We don't really need this bishop. And now at least they're off the same file. So we can go here. He's going to take back with the rook. He absolutely has to, right? So, oh, I guess this is a pawn now too, actually. Wait a minute here. Yeah, that's why I didn't see that before. I was like, huh, I didn't, because now we get this. Boom. There we go. See, sometimes winning in chess is just like about blundering, less like slower than your opponent. Don't get me wrong, I'll still blunder. I probably still did blunder in this game, don't get me wrong. But now if he takes this, we get the double fork, which is just crushing. So that is good. And by crushing, I mean I'm up like a rook for a bishop. That's all. Um, and this is why it's good to be up on time too, because now I can kind of just pressure some moves out of him. So I've been happy with my time play so far. That's something I've been weak on, and I'm happy to see it's going on here. Disconnected. Oh, could get a resign here. Keeps us above 1400. I would appreciate that. Come on, baby. Where's my soundboard here? Okay, here we go. I stream sometimes, so I have a soundboard. And I have the perfect one for when this finishes. 4, 3, 2, 1. Excellent. Okay, so there we go. We won that game. I honestly, I don't know why he would have just given up like that. It's only 2 points. Like, there's plenty of game left to be played, but we will go to the game review here. One of you suggested that I make the moves visible on the side here, so that's what I'm trying to do. Okay, it actually was pretty even throughout the whole game. We both definitely missed stuff, but 1550, we're aiming for 1500, so that's perfect, right? Yeah, one of you suggested you want to see the moves on the side. Well, there we are. Yeah, pretty standard stuff. That is theory. I did not know that. I didn't actually know any of this. So it wants me to just take in the center immediately? Okay. That's the theory? That's crazy. Because then after, well, here, if we do back, if we do this trade, this is clearly the idea or whatever. Maybe it's not, but then we just don't have two center pawns. Well, he doesn't have this pawn, so that's just not good. It does have my point plus 0.8 there. I guess it's fine, but maybe that's not the theory. I'm totally fine with the way I played, because I bet you if I did this, it would have thought it was bad. Not necessarily, but like I was just scared of like this. Because then, yeah, best move there, and then it wants me to just go back to take d5? Really? Oh no, that's b5. d5 is here. Just go here, I guess, to pin. Okay, that makes sense. And at the end of the day, we can just trade if we want, but I don't know why you'd ever want to do that trade. Yeah, I felt good about all of this. Don't let my... Okay, it wanted me to go here. Just force out a pawn move, I guess, first. Oh, I see. That's actually kind of smart. Because in this situation, like if I went here instead, let's say, here, we bait out this move, we can retreat, and then if we ever, like, like, let's say, move our knight to attack something else, we can take this knight with check because this pawn is gone. That's crazy. But yeah, we just played solid. Yeah, we missed something there because he just played forward. I guess it wanted us to just rip into the center right away. But why is that? Let's see here. just like a space advantage, I guess. There's nothing. It's just nothing really clear. I have trouble with positions like this where it's like such a small advantage that I can't really like. I can't see this, right? It's just I guess his pieces are kind of locked up. Like his bishop can't really go anywhere. I don't know. One day. If we take back here, I'm just like, hey, let's just start trading. Wanted me to just go forward here. I don't want to make my king weak like that. My pawns would be like this. To keep the point 8 advantage, I'm totally fine with what we did. Yeah, it said this was a miss, but just because it wants me to rip open the center again. Ripping open the center is generally a good idea when their king is still in the middle. But also this was a bad move because now my queen can't retreat. So when they attack me like this, yeah, see, he just wanted me to go here, but like I didn't want to go off of a line where, because like now I can't retreat very easily. Now I only have access to like these squares instead of here. Like with if this knight was somewhere else, I'd have access to this whole line and I could just move around if needed. So I just decided I wanted to untangle from here. Yeah, it didn't give up anything crazy. Once again, like plus 0.2, plus 0.3 for them, it doesn't really matter, especially at this level. Used my rook to just protect everything, kept everything nice and safe. Yeah, see, another miss. Wanted me to just go for this right away. Yeah, I guess just, and then just slide over probably. Let me see. Here. Take. Oh, yeah, just go for it. Okay. Did it just sack the rook for a pawn? Why doesn't it go any further than that? That's the computer. It's just saying, oh yeah, just do this. Surely there's a follow-up of some kind. Like this. No. Why? Why? I don't know. Um, yeah, anyways, he does this, and that's the end of the game because we just take there, and he has to go here, then we go here, and then we just take whichever one we want, right? So that was the mistake that he made by making that push. Good. We got up to 14-13. We're only like, what is that, 87? 87 away from 1500. We're getting there. We're moving forward. Yeah, I'm happy about that game. I think we played pretty well. We were never like losing. We had some advantages that we just didn't see. That's okay though, in my opinion. I think we did just fine. Yeah, thank you for watching, and I hope you're there when I get to 1500. Thank you for watching. I'll see you in the next one. Godspeed, brethren.